villains.
And welcome back to episode 2, part 2 of the GP podcast.
Yep, we're into our first series, baby!
First series for something that's a very long list, and if you watch the past episode, you'll understand.
So, from last time, what we're doing is we are reviewing every Cartoon Network movie from 1999 to 2020.
Wherever...
There are a lot. If you missed it, last time, Mayhem lost his shit because of Flintstones.
The picture, like, come on, like,
And the plot.
If you're watching part 2 before you watch part 1, what's wrong with you?
Hey, some people do.
I don't know, like, what? Like, come on, like, you gotta not miss out on that.
Well, what if they watch part 4 first?
Well, it's... Okay, so...
Yeah.
So
anyway,
yeah.
What's happening is we're reviewing each movie and we're giving our thoughts on the... If it has a series, we'll give our thoughts on that series. If not, we're just giving our thoughts on what is presented.
About, like, what is
Because
this
the last movie we reviewed was called Reanimated, which was basically just they took the urban legend of Disney's brain or Disney's body frozen under the Matterhorn and made it into a movie that was not good.
It made it into a stupid movie.
Exactly, they made it into a very, very dumb movie. But anyway, we're moving on to 2007. It is January 14th, 2007, and the first thing to be released is My Gym Partner's a Monkey, The Big Field Trip.
Oh, yeah. That was probably one of the best, like, one of the most memorable, like, opening songs.
It's very good of explaining what the hell the plot is.
For this
basically.
weird-ass show.
I mean, yeah, no, it was a very weird show of like, yeah, no, his last name is Lion. That means we send him into an animal school, right? Like, what? Let's describe this movie. So, the first paragraph. Adam goes on the annual field trip when joining the school band. The trip is usually inexperienced, but this year the tour bus crashes into the city's woods, and it's all because of Adam and his piccolo. They are now lost, and they try to survive. The faculty and students cannot survive in the wilderness as they are afraid of the wilderness.
Aren't they animals?
Calling the animals wild animals, when they are really only butterflies, bears, chipmunks, etc. Oh, it's only bears!
It's only bears!
Okay, I understand the butterfly and the chipmunk thing, but bears. But bears.
You gotta, like, be prepared for those guys.
And they are zoo animals.
They're zoo animals.
Adam tries to save the day by putting what he has learned at the school into use. When Jake gets Adam's piccolo back, a whole army of chipmunks is ready to fire. They eventually get kidnapped while Windsor, Slips, Ingrid, and Lupe learn how to get along with the cuddly animals. After the chipmunks see Adam's piccolo, they start to be under Jake's hands. What is up with this description? As time went by, he was abusing them, and so Adam falls off the tree, and so to survive, he starts to take pride on what CDMS has taught him. First off, whoever wrote this, you're an idiot.
You're writing, like, what?
You're bad at writing. But in general, so far the plot seems weird.
Yeah.
From what we can tell. I don't remember much of this movie in all honesty.
I don't
All I remember is finding out, wait, Piccolo's an instrument?
Not just a green guy from Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah, no, I'll be honest, that was my only thing I remember of it. But anyway, now that that's over, let's go ahead and skip to the next movie.
And skip!
Because there wasn't much to mention with that one that I can remember. This next movie is the movie for the show Camp Laszlo.
For the other animal show thing.
Yeah, the other animal show. Camp Laszlo? Where's Laszlo?
He's not even in the movie!
So, what was your thoughts on Camp Laszlo in general?
Unfortunately, recently, I'm pretty sure if anybody's watching this that watches internet shows, there's an internet show called Camp, which is about a summer camp.
Camp, yeah.
So I've
heard of that.
Like, anything with summer camp, it's been completely replaced by that. So I can't really remember too much from camp.
Let's gather around the campfire and... Okay, Camp Laszlo.
Let's gather around the cease and desist.
Okay, so my reactions to Camp Laszlo were that I love this show so damn much, and I watched every episode religiously. This is the show that I would just watch every day, reruns and everything. I adored this show. This was honestly one of my favorite shows as a kid, but the movie I also loved for how stupid it was.
You don't say but, you say and.
No, I will say but for this movie because I love Camp Laszlo for being pretty funny. I love this movie for being stupid. The story opens with Laszlo missing and Clam and Raj retelling the tale up to this point. The first segment reveals how Raj and Clam met. They meet a common enemy, Edward. Remember Edward the platypus?
I would have to see him.
Who is the camp bully. Most of the other campers follow Edward's lead, and after a scuffle, Laszlo makes his appearance. What follows builds Edward's growing resentfulness towards Laszlo and Lupus's dissatisfaction with the three new scouts' behavior. After choosing to name their cabin after the jelly bean, Laszlo builds a totem pole to decorate their new cabin. When Laszlo hears an animal in distress, given Laszlo's nature, he goes to help it, while Clam and Raj choose not to accompany him. Yeah, that is the first paragraph, which describes a lot of the movie, but skips over a lot of parts in it, because I remember the fact that this movie is told from different perspectives.
I understand that premise in like a show, but not in a movie.
In all honesty, it was kind of funny the way it was, because like, from Raj's perspective, when all the campers came out to meet them, he just imagined them like greasers just snapping their fingers walking towards them. But then Clam just goes, or they were normal campers. Which, do you remember Clam?
Yeah, I remember.
He was a Stegosaurus.
What?
Yeah, no, he was a Stegosaurus.
Is this like Animal Crossing where people just like see themselves as animals, but they're not actually animals?
They're animals.
Okay.
Laszlo's a monkey.
He's a monkey.
He's a monkey who's able to swing.
I think
Laszlo
humans can do that.
Raj was a elephant. Clam was a Stegosaurus. Yeah, Edward was a platypus. And Lupus, a moose.
A moose.
He was a moose. That was the cast. I loved this show. The movie was pretty dumb. It wasn't the best. The next movie.
Yes.
Is about another great series, The Grimm Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Yes!
And the movie is called Billy and Mandy's Big Boogie Adventure.
Dated!
Dated. Well, what date? Big Chungus, what date?
1945.
Sure. Well, fuck you. Billy and Mandy's Big Boogie Adventure is from 2007. I'll read the first two paragraphs, okay?
First two? Oh.
Because you'll see why.
Oh no.
In the future, in a dystopian Ennsville, an evil being known as the Lord of Horror orders his henchmen to go back in time to eliminate Billy and Mandy and prevent them from reaching a powerful hand-like artifact that the Lord of Horror has in his possession. Billy and Irwin of this time hope their past selves can stop the Lord of Horror's evil plans. 2 weeks prior.
2 weeks?
2 weeks! It's a 2 week in the future! 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
2 weeks prior, Grimm is sued for dereliction of duty and misuse of his abilities by his old rival, the Boogeyman. The former having failed to reach General Scar, who had accidentally created a hole in his chest. Thanks to an intervention from Billy and Mandy, Grimm and the children, including Irwin, are set to be exiled by the Underworld Court and placed in the custody of Boogie, with Grimm being stripped of his job and his powers, and number 3 of Codename Kids Next Door as his court-appointed replacement. Boogie reveals it was part of his plan to steal Horror's hand, an artifact capable of bringing people's deepest fears to life and transforming anyone who conquers their fear into the scariest and most powerful being in existence. Boogie himself believes that with its power, Children will fear him again. The group eventually escapes and plans to obtain the hand for themselves for various reasons. Grimm believes it will get him his job back. Mandy sees it as a way to conquer the world. Erwin thinks it will help him win Mandy's heart. And Billy just wants to use it to get a candy bar. Those are the first 2 paragraphs.
Yes.
I love how...
2 weeks... The distant future. 2 weeks earlier.
This show was so much.
The humor on the show was amazing.
In general, this movie was good. This movie was very, very good. I remember a lot of it. It was fun. Like the comment from Billy when they're climbing up this giant mountain, I can see my grandma's house from here. Billy, no you can't. They start walking up. I never know why she decided to move here. And it was
It's because the movie was so good is because the people who made Billy and Mandy were in charge of it, and they were just given a budget, like a bigger budget, to make a movie.
Yeah, there are so many jokes in the series itself that make you just lose it.
All you have to look up is a compilation with Billy, and you will find yourself laughing.
Or Billy's dad.
Or Billy's dad.
Billy's dad. How very few times we saw him, it was perfect.
So why are we up here in the audience?
This is Battle of the Bands, right?
Right.
Then, on my signal, we attack the stage.
I love the movie because it was a whole chase for this, the MacGuffin, basically.
Yeah.
Which, I do love the fact that it's, like, supposed to be essentially Midas's hand, but cut off of a guy, and the guy who's holding the hand is the guy whose hand was cut off. And so it's like, my name is Horror. The only way that you can get this hand is if you beat me in a duel. Oh, well, that shouldn't be too hard. Knocks the shit out of Erwin. I didn't say it would be easy. Why'd you punch me? Because you stepped forward.
Because you were in front of everybody else.
But so much of this show was so good. And just, I love each character of this show so much. They each have a special place in my heart. Like the Jamaican Grim Reaper, Mandy.
Mandy being the eternal abyss
Eternal
walker.
darkness.
Yeah, the eternal darkness.
And Billy. Billy.
Being basically Shia Gorath in child form.
Goodbye, electrical outlet! Billy, no. Don't do that. Trust me. Don't do that. Who's about to lick it?
No.
Okay.
You don't want to show the kids.
The next movie is another Billy and Mandy movie.
Oh, yes! Yes!
Yep, we get 2 Billies and Mandys for the price of 1.
Oh no, we do not want 2 of both.
Oh god. The next movie was called Wrath of the Spider Queen.
Oh my god, yes! Oh my god,
Real quick, I'm
gonna
gonna read the quick summary at the bottom of this. The events of the film take place during the 6th and final season of The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Advertisements for the movie were a possible promotion to Spider-Man 3, a movie that came out 2 months before this film. Plot. In Miss Butterbean's class, everybody begins to notice that spiders are appearing everywhere, and students keep disappearing, being attacked by giant spiders while in the halls.
Oh my god.
Later in the cafeteria, Billy leaves the table to get some milk and finds 2. 1 regular and 1 chocolate, each with a talking cow's head on it. He takes the chocolate milk, but before he can return to his table, he is abducted by Jeff and brought into the school's walls and air vents in the process.
That sounds terrifying.
In the process, Billy drops the milk, which Jeff picks up. Jeff tells Billy that he is getting married and wants Billy to come to the wedding. He then leaves in a hypnotized trance as he hears a strange song. Billy, afraid of Jeff but wanting his milk back, follows. There he meets Velma Green, Queen of the Spiders, and Jeff's fiancée, who has assembled an army of spiders and has allied with the Dark Elves.
That literally went from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
That literally went from 0 to 100. And this movie I know has one of my favorite Billy moments where he's trying to sneak out, like he's
I love that scene where
he's captured and he's going to escape, like he's escaping from he has to be really quiet because he's sneaking away from the sleeping spiders, and he finds a window. He opens the window very quietly, and it
And
goes
it
up
crashes through the top.
like he opens up to make it a double pane window, and it crashes through the double pane window instead of the open part.
Jokes require timing. That had good timing to it.
That had good timing with no audio, with no vocal audio.
I love that moment so much. It was also one of those movies where it's so dumb you love it.
What a genius idea to do for, like, to make a movie about a show that's so stupid. Like, you just go full on into the stupidness. Like, it's such a good movie.
The next movie to come up is actually a Ben 10 movie.
Oh no, we're getting into the Ben 10 area. It starts off really good. Then
Secret of the Omnitrix.
It starts off really good, but then eventually it doesn't be good.
It's also one of those few movies where it has those kind of moments where it's like, no, this is canon.
Does the RV survive?
I think yes.
Oh.
Yes. No, they go into space so that the RV survives.
They just full on just leave it behind.
The first paragraph is pretty long. During a battle with Dr. Animo, Ben Tennyson's destruction of the scientist's DNA bomb accidentally sets off a self-destruct protocol in the Omnitrix. Its activation alerts Tetrax Shard, a Petrosapien bounty hunter and friend of Ben, the Diamond Heads.
Oh,
basically.
yes.
Who travels with his Protoss pilot Gluto. Remember the goo dude?
The goo dude!
Yeah. Gluto to Earth in order to retrieve Ben. He explains the situation to Ben, who hasn't figured out the meaning of the countdown. He leaves Gwen and Grandpa Max behind, not wanting the latter to be recognized during this trip.
What's this countdown mean? You're gonna die! Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not wanting the latter to be recognized. Grandpa Max. Remember, he was a famous plumber.
Yeah. The plumber is like a cool...
Space police.
Space police.
They're what Space Force wants to be.
That's what they should have been called. Plumbers!
That'd have been amazing. Tetrax finds the DNA signature of the Omnitrix creator, Azimuth, and tracks him to a prison facility called Incarcion. Incarcicon, sorry. After staging a breakout, they free a female chimera sui generis named Miax, basically Vilgax race.
That's a long name.
Who is revealed to be Azimuth's assistant. She had switched her DNA signature for Azimuth when he refused to give her credit for helping to create the Omnitrix. Okay, I like that a lot, in all honesty. I like that. Oh, you're gonna steal this invention of mine? Fuck you! I must trade my DNA!
Yeah. I'm gonna replace all my DNA!
Miax is also unable to disarm the self-destruct, but knows how to find Azimuth and leads them to Xenon, where he is currently hiding. However, Ben and Max's arch-nemesis, Vilgax, who has escaped the Null Void, also picks up on the Omnitrix self-destruct signal and starts tracking Ben.
That's kind of a weird self-destruct thing. Everybody can hear a signal about it that this thing's gonna blow up. Unless it's explained that the explosion's gonna be so big that you might want to get as far away from it as possible.
No, I think the explanation is literally that. Like, this is this type of explosion of, like, it could fucking wipe out an entire galaxy.
Yeah.
Or bigger. In Ben 10 Omniverse, there is literally a device created by a group that just kind of goes to different multiverses, in which the whole point of it is that it wipes out entire universes.
Well, that's kind of messed up.
I think it was called
The Annihilarg! Hey, I finally said it.
I do love Ben 10. Ben 10 has a special place in my heart for the fact that it is one of those series that was basically kid gets superpowers, and I liked that as a little kid, especially. Yeah. Especially because we were around that age.
Yeah, like, just also with the design of all the aliens and stuff like that. Like, that was really good. Like, Diamond Head, the Fire Guy, the roller one.
It was great. Cannonball.
Cannonball.
Or Cannonbolt. He had... basically Hulk, he had Flash, he had all the characters you could name on the playground.
He had one that, like, takes over technology and stuff like that. And it's like, you could...
Yeah! No, that was a crazy one.
He could be anything with that one. Like, that one was really powerful.
Exactly. The next movie to come out, though, is also Ben 10. This was the live-action one.
Oh, no!
Ben 10 Race Against Time.
Why did you make a live action?
The story opens in Bellwood as a mysterious black figure appears on the town's main street and immediately starts destroying things around him. Ben Tennyson, played by Graham Phillips, in the form of Heat Blast, voiced by David Franklin, confronts and obliterates him after a short battle.
Is that the
That's the first paragraph. That's all of it.
That's it. Okay.
I'm going to say this right now. Above it, it just reads, this article's plot summary may be too long or excessively detailed.
Excessively detailed? What?
At this point, it just sounds like the movie is, hey, bad guy, he dead.
Listen. This might be a little too complicated for you. He fights a guy, and he beats him. The end.
Anyway, this will be the last movie for this second part that we talk about. It is called Underfist, Halloween Bash.
What?
I'll read the top paragraph up here, and then I'll read the plot. Underfist, Halloween Bash, otherwise known as Underfist, is an American animated spin-off special of the Grimm Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Oh my god, yes! Okay, now I remember. But it's just the name, Underfist. You go, what?
It originally aired on Cartoon Network on October 12th, 2008. The special was going to be set up for a new series spin-off of Grimm and Evil, but the contract of Maxwell Adams with Cartoon Network expired before moving to Disney Channel for the TV series Fishhooks. Ow! And the special was ultimately the finale of Grimm and Evil franchise. The special did not become a series due to the fact that Cartoon Network's president at the time, Stuart Snyder, chose to focus on new ideas, which included live action.
We know how
This
bad that
movie
went.
resulted in a long-time creators for the network, such as Adams, Mr. Warburton, and Craig McCracken to leave the network.
Oh my god.
Oh!
That was
basically, this was one of the last good ones.
That was it. This is the turning point.
So, I will read the first paragraph, and if I think it's going too far, I will stop it.
Oh my god!
Yep, mind you, this is the last movie we're reviewing for today.
Uh,
On Halloween night, Erwin, Billy, Mandy, and Grimm are trick-or-treating. Billy is a witch. Mandy and Grimm are the Spanish Inquisition, who burn witches and vampires, and Erwin is Dracula, king of the vampires. Billy, Mandy, and Grimm decide to go home after having no success with Dracula, who rudely hands them pennies. Erwin realizes that his life is passing him by. Mindy fools Erwin into opening an underworld portal, release an army of evil candy warriors, and Bun Bun, where they start terrorizing the neighborhood. Erwin gets attacked and contracts Hoss Delgado, that's the guy with the chainsaw,
Hoss Delgado,
who helps him with the battle. The warriors take down Hoss with soda candy gun, which, if Hoss gets sticky, he gets a rash. When they kill Scar's winning purple pansies, he comes out of his garage with a robot, joining the battle. Soon it's an all-out war with no mercy, no rules, no nothing. Mindy again tricks Erwin, but this time pretending she is being kidnapped by Mr. Bun Bun, taking her into the underworld. It gave a lot away in the summary, in all honesty.
Yeah.
I adored this movie for all that it was because it was just a collection of the best side characters into one movie. Like, you got House Delgado from that one meme. You got Erwin, and then you've got Fred Burger, Jeff the Spider. Yeah, it was Jeff the Spider, and then General something.
Who after the Spider movie, Jeff kept on coming back. Like, he never actually, like, stayed in that movie. And I like that.
Yeah. No, he's from the first season, dude.
Oh, he is?
He's from the first season.
I need to
Billy hashed him in the first season.
I need to watch that show again.
It's on HBO Max.
Shit.
Yeah. As is Wrath of the Spider Queen.
Shit.
Underfist is not, and I want to find it somewhere. Seriously.
It's in Cartoon Network's vault. Next heist. I mean, first heist. We're not going to do anything. Heist.
No. Anyway, but this movie, it's a good one to end off on because it's kind of interesting the fact that we're ending off on the movie that was the turning point for the entire company. It's weird because, like, prior to this, we had all these different original shows that, it kept being like, hey, we want to continue doing this. And then comes this one asshole who's like, I want live action. And wipes out the entire...
Destroys the entire...
company, basically.
Yeah.
And sets up shows like Destroy, Build, Destroy, Dude, What Would Happen. Just so many weird live action shows. And then for years, it started tanking. And then after that comes this new era of Cartoon Network, which it was never the same as it was back then. And it was weird.
Like, I can't remember when Adventure Time started, but I'm pretty sure Adventure Time was able to just...
I believe that was 2010. It was like early 2010s, which is 3 years later.
3 years later. It took 3 years for a good show to come back.
I am actually genuinely sad to hear the fact that this was supposed to be a spinoff. But that was the last movie of that era. That was fun, yeah.
That's crazy
That's interesting how many movies we got so far. By the way, it's 2007 still.
Yeah, we're only on 2007. It kind of matched perfectly with like this ending one is the end of this episode, because I think we'll have like 1 or 2 more episodes after this, which means like this is absolutely the halfway point.
My bet is 3. I'm gonna place money on the table. I don't have money, so all $0.
1 penny from Dracula.
1 penny from Dracula.
Thank you, Dracula.
These movies were good. They were bad. They were a lot of stuff, and we're only halfway through.
I will say.
So anyway,
like the ones that we went through so far, I will say they've been net positive.
Yeah.
Except for Reanimated.
Except for Reanimated. Fuck that movie.
Yeah, that's what made it net positive. Like if it didn't have that, it might have been more positive.
Net positive, or net positive, and you just see Reanimated at the bottom. I'm gonna cut this net. I'm gonna cut this fucking net.
I will bring down the class percentage by 14%.
No, we just need an image of a fish with some scissors, just like, I'm ready to bring down the average.
Okay. Alright.
So anyway, thank you for watching the second part of this multi-part. The number up here now.
It's up there, we swear.
And we will see you guys next week.
Next time. Jivvy up!